boss plays favorites. What should I do? Hands up or thumbs up if you've been there before. Favoritism at work is common and it's fine as long as you're the boss's favorite. But when your boss plays favorites and you're not the favorite one, it's stressful and unfair. I spent more than a decade in the tech industry and I very frequently saw favoritism in the workplace in action. And it's an obstacle that many of my clients come to me to help them with. In case favoritism is causing you stress at work or even holding you back, I wanted to make this video just for you. If your boss plays favorites and you're ready to learn how to deal with favoritism in the workplace, tap that like button so I know you're ready, and let's get into it. And don't forget to stay all the way to the end because of course I have a special resource for those who do. Let's begin by getting to know the dynamics of favoritism at work. Is there a reason why this person has become the boss's favorite and has become their right-hand person? Sometimes the favorite is a favorite for a very good reason and you can totally learn from them. For example, maybe the favorite is really good at anticipating problems or solving problems before they get to become really big problems at work. They save the boss and their boss headaches. And because they're dependably awesome, they have achieved favorite status. But that's not always the case, especially when it comes to favoritism in the workplace and the mentoring that often goes along with favorites at work. It is not always equitable. And if you're a female in a male-dominated industry, you already know this. There is an interesting fact about human perception that actually creates the inequity that comes into play here. People prefer familiarity, and this shows up at leaders gravitating towards people who remind them of themselves. I mean, don't you like people who are just like you? You're awesome. It becomes an echo chamber of straight white dudes is what I'm really getting at here. Is it done with intent? In most cases, no. I don't think it is. I think it's part of the unconscious bias that really needs to be unwound. But right now, what I can tell you is, it is what it is. And that's why, despite the fact that Tom's performance is mediocre quantifiably at best, the executive team loves him. Which brings us to the second step, which is facing facts. When your boss plays favorites, you alone are not going to be able to change this dynamic, especially if it's a company-wide culture dysfunction. And with this, I want you to keep two things in mind. Often for the favorite employee, it's awkward. People get jealous of them. They don't like them because they're the favorite. It's not always actually the best spot to be in. If they express the fact to you, you can have a conversation with them about things that they can do to help increase the visibility and the opportunities for others, but only if they bring it up. The other thing is, you really can't talk to your boss about the fact that they're playing favorites with people on your team. I mean, if you want to call them out and have them get really defensive and maybe definitely secure your position as not their favorite, go for it. But you're not going to be doing yourself any favors in the process. Don't set your goal as eradicating favoritism in the workplace. Set your goal as raising your likability to your boss. And there's a few ways you can do this. First, start showing up and doing things like your boss's favorite employee does. And if it's not obvious to you what makes them stand out, what makes them so great, in your next one-on-one with your boss, you can say something along the lines of, I've seen Tom get so many opportunities and obviously he's doing an amazing job and really deserves it. Do you have any suggestions for me on how I can get similar opportunities? It's not accusatory, it gives credit, and it's going to show your boss that you're proactive, taking initiative, and most importantly, interested. This is going to help keep you top of mind when an opportunity actually does arise. Plus, many of the ambitious professionals I work with, especially women, have a tendency of not getting the opportunities they want at work because they don't ask for them. And this will solve that. The other thing you can do to boost your likability with your boss is to ask them for a simple favor. People love helping other people. It makes them feel good and important. And because you make them feel good, that actually increases their perception of you. Just make sure that it's a strategic ask and not something you can find on Google. The next tip I have for dealing with favoritism at work is something that's come up a lot recently in my videos, and it's probably because it also happens to be one of my life philosophies, and that is to keep being awesome. You cannot control being the favorite, but you can control creating impossible to not notice results or impact that help you stand out at work. Instead of sitting around wallowing in what you don't have, funnel that energy into amplifying what you do. I'll link a video that's going to help you identify your unique awesomeness quotient down below. This is really crucial for the next step. And if you implement only one of these steps when your boss plays favorites, I want you to make it this one. You need to raise your visibility. Too Too many incredible professionals give up in defeat when their boss plays favorites. It's obvious they're just going to promote Tom anyway, and maybe they will. But your boss isn't your only advocate, and they certainly are not your best advocate, especially in this case. Start to network within your company. And if your company has widespread favoritism and it's creating a toxic work environment and you're considering leaving, start networking outside of your company. It sounds difficult, but it doesn't have to be. It's something that I work with a lot of my clients on, and they're always amazed at how simple it can really be. And the best part about that step is with a very little amount of effort, you automatically end up implementing the next step, which is to create your own opportunities. Guess what? Even if you are the boss's favorite, they might not promote you, either because you're gonna end up in competition with them and they know how awesome you are. They don't want that. Or because you're so awesome, they can't afford to lose you on their team. Plus, if you're only targeting open opportunities that already exist, you're also competing with your coworkers for them. That can lead to a lot of awkwardness. When you create your own opportunities at work, you are the only and obvious choice. And the icing on this delicious cake is that you get to focus on the things that you're interested in, exceptional at, and bring you a lot of joy. I'd love to know if you've ever created an opportunity yourself, whether it was initiating a project or even creating an entire position or promotion for yourself. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if raising your visibility and staging yourself to become the favorite is something that you are working on, that is exactly what we are focusing on this week in the Summer of Success. It is completely free. It's happening in my private Facebook community, the Strive Squad. You can join. I'll leave the link in the description bar below. And what would one of my videos be without a bonus tip? I love bonuses, and I bet you do too. The best thing that you can actually do when you're dealing with favoritism at work is to strengthen your relationship with your boss. Watch this video right here for some strategies to help you do that. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, tap that like button. It really helps my channel and it makes you my favorite. And for the best career success advice on the World Wide Web, make sure that you click that subscription button and the notification bell. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.